Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktira Bhavati Naishtaki. Vidraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. So we're reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th chapter. Appeared as the son of Devoti and Kapila Muni. Devoti in the previous shloka asked the question to Kapila. She said that I am tired of these problems of material life which are caused by the desires of material senses. Because the desires, material desires, causes disturbance in our life. So Devati said, Nirvinna nitaram bhuman asadendriyan tarshanat ena sambhavyamanena prapannandham tama prabho. She says that I am very sick of disturbances which are caused by material senses. For because of this sense disturbance, I have fallen into this well of ignorance. So, Indriya Tarshanat, senses are very powerful. They are always hankering after something. And more we try to satisfy the desires, material desires, more there is a problem in our life. Actually, material happiness cannot give you eternal peace, because material happiness is temporary. So no matter how hard we try to be happy by material means, we always will be disturbed. And that is why this material world is called Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, because there is no happiness here. Krishna sent all the jivas who were rebellious to this material world so that they can understand that there is no happiness in this material world. It's all temporary. Time being, so-called pleasure is the cause of problems in the future. Further, Devhuti is talking to Bhagavan Kapila. Devhuti saying, text number 8. Tasya tvam tamaho andhasya dushpara yadya paragam dushpara yadha paragam satchakshu janmanamante labdham me tvat anugrahat. So Devhuti is saying that, oh my dear Lord, you are my only means of getting out of this darkest region of ignorance, because you are my transcendental I, which by your mercy only I have attained after many, many births. So here Devhuti is praying to Kapila Dev that I am into this darkest mode of ignorance, and only the knowledge which I will gain from you, transcendental knowledge, can only show me this path from this darkness of ignorance. So Devhuti is accepting Kapila Dev as a spiritual master and saying that I'm so fortunate that after many, many births, labhate me tva anugrahat. Sata chakshur janmanamante. After many, many births, I have got a spiritual master like yourself. So please deliver me paragam. Paragam means crossover. So Devhuti is saying that I want to cross over this ocean of birth and death. So tasya tvam tamasandasya dushparasya adya paragam. So because of your mercy, if you give me this transcendental knowledge, then I can cross over this ocean of birth and death. So Prabhupada ji explains in this purport. Prabhupada ji is saying, this verse is very, very instructive since it indicates the relationship between spiritual master and the disciple. The disciple or conditioned soul is put into the darkest region of ignorance and therefore is entangled in the material existence of sense gratification. So we are a jiva, but we are baddha jiva. All the jivas are put into this dark region. The earth, material planet, is dark. It does not have its light by nature. It's the sunlight which gives us the light. So we are put into the darkest region, and another darkest region other than the material light, there is also spiritual light. The spiritual enlightenment, spiritual knowledge is lacking in all of us. And because of the lack of spiritual knowledge, we think that this material life is everything. And we engage in karmic reactions. Because of these karmic reactions, we have to take birth again and again. The sole and only reason is sense gratification. Sri Prabhupada ji further explains, it is very difficult to get out of this entanglement and attain freedom. It is very difficult. Everybody thinks that this material life is real. This sharira is real. And they think that this is everything. And they work very hard for the body. But if one is fortunate enough to get association of spiritual master like Kapila Muni or his representative, then by grace one can be delivered from his mire of nuisance. Bahunam Janmanamante. After many, many births, one may get a guru who is representative of Lord Krishna, who is representative of Bhagavan Kapila. And such a guru can show you the path and you can get freedom from the repeated birth and death. Further, Kapila Bhagavan, Devhuti says to Bhagavan Kapila, and Srila Prabhupada is explaining, the spiritual master is therefore worshipped as one who delivers the disciple from mire of ignorance with the light of torch of knowledge. The word paragam is very significant. Paragam refers to one who can take the disciple to the other side. So, spiritual master's role is very important in our life. And what is the role of spiritual master? Spiritual master enlightens the disciple about the real purpose of life. And he helps him to cross over paragam, this material world. And there are two worlds. One is spiritual world and we are into material world. And to go from material to spiritual, you need, if there is a river, you want a boat to cross over. Similarly, that boat is bhakti, and the navigator of the boat is our spiritual master. Spiritual master is the one who can guide us, navigate this ship to Krishna. This side is conditioned life. The other side is a life of freedom. The spiritual master takes the disciple to the other side by opening his eyes with the knowledge. Om Jnanaatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So spiritual master with the torch of knowledge helps one to find a proper path. Life in the material world is temporary, full of miseries, conditioned. While life in the spiritual world is eternal, full of knowledge. In the material world, there is no knowledge, ignorance. While in the spiritual world, there is knowledge and knowledge and bliss. Srila Prabhupada further says, we are suffering simply because of ignorance. By the instruction of spiritual master, the darkness of ignorance is removed, and thus the disciple is enabled to go to the side of freedom. So, with the blessing of spiritual master, the darkness of ignorance gets removed, and one can see who Krishna is, what is my role, what is my responsibility, and how can I get out of this entanglement of repeated birth and death. Why do I have to take birth again and again? Is there any eternal life? Is there any spiritual life? All these questions are answered by the spiritual master. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that after many, many births, one surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is a shloka where Lord Krishna says, Bhuvanam Janmanamante Jnanamam Prapadyante Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. After many, many births, one comes to know that Krishna Vasudeva is everything, and he surrenders to Lord Krishna, to representative of Lord Krishna, to spiritual master, and inquires from him submissively. Similarly, if after many, many births, one is able to find a bona fide spiritual master and surrenders to such bona fide representative of Krishna, one take to the sight of light. So spiritual master is very important in our life, and the role of spiritual master is to give us the spiritual knowledge by which we can cross over this ocean of nescience. So the key themes of this verse are, one has to escape from this darkest region of ignorance, which is to get the transcendental knowledge. And it happens after many, many births. It doesn't happen immediately. By mercy of spiritual master, by mercy of Krishna. With the mercy of Krishna, one gets Guru. With the mercy of Guru, one gets Krishna. So the role of spiritual master is very, very important in our life. And what is the role? The spiritual master gives us the transcendental knowledge, the spiritual knowledge by which one can see the world in a real way. A spiritual master guides the disciple to cross the material life, Paragam. The spiritual master should be representative of Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Kapila. And he should guide the disciple to cross over the material ocean. Spiritual master acts as the Lord's representative to deliver the fallen conditioned souls. So Guru is very important. And what is that qualification required for a Guru? He has to be in the disciplic succession of Lord Krishna, not a random person as Guru. He should have all the qualities what Krishna and Krishna's representative should have. So it is very important for us to understand what is knowledge and what is ignorance. Ignorance is the information which binds us to the material world. Ignorance is the root cause of our taking birth again and again. And ignorance is the one which leads to the pursuit of sense gratification. While in the spiritual world and spiritual knowledge, it brings one from freedom through enlightenment. It is a source of joy and mukti, liberation. And this can be achieved by surrendering to spiritual master. So one word which used in this verse is paragam. Paragam means crossing over. Crossing over means, as I said, if there is a boat, the boat needs a navigator, and that navigator is spiritual master. So the spiritual master, the captain of the ship, will help you to cross over. Similarly, it is the crossing over of this material world with the birth and death is possible through spiritual master by gaining the spiritual knowledge. This is very important to have the grace of Guru, and the Guru has to be representative of Lord Krishna, Bhagavana Kapila. And this all can be achieved through mercy of Lord. Here, after many, many births, devotee says that I have got the Guru by the mercy of Krishna. And hence, as soon as one gets the Guru who is in disciplic succession, like Srila Prabhupada is in disciplic succession of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So this Sampradaya is a bona fide Sampradaya. There are upper Sampradayas also, which are not bona fide. So as soon as one finds a spiritual master in a bona fide Sampradaya, who is following the teachings, one should take the shelter. So here in this verse, there is emphasis on the mercy of Guru, mercy of Krishna, having the spiritual knowledge and perseverance. So we conclude this verse that Lord and his representatives can only dispel the ignorance, and surrender and devotion are very important, and the spiritual master's guidance is very, very key in this. Knowledge, which is transcendental knowledge, is from Bhagavad Gita, Bhāgavatam, is very important because it removes the darkness of ignorance. So with that, we'll pause here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We'll continue our study of Bhagavatam tomorrow. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hare Hare Bol.